Rob back here. Over here in the corner. How you doing? Light heavyweight Robert Whittaker. How does that sound a few days before a big fight?
The best. You know, the middleweight Rob Whittaker chapter has closed. I'm very happy as a light heavyweight. It is honestly life-changing. I recommend it to anybody.
How so? How is it so life-changing? Obviously, not having to cut all the weight is big, but what do you do with all this extra time now?
I still do have to cut weight. It's just not as brutal. It's not as bad. You know, and I was able to fuel myself much more during the camp. Recovery was much higher. Like my boots were better. Everything was just much better for it.
Fighting on the prelims is something you have not done in over a decade. Do you like this? So you can sort of get out a little bit earlier, have a little more family time? What was your reaction to being on the prelims?
Yeah, you know, I guess at first I was a little butthurt. Ego is a thing. But I quickly started seeing the silver lining. It's less to do, earlier fight, in and out sort of thing. But then I got shafted and still have to do all the media that I normally do anyway. So, yeah. But it's cool. It's cool. It's an amazing card to be a part of. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be there. Like I said, middleweight Rob Whittaker, the chapter has closed. This is light heavyweight Rob Whittaker. I'm here to start. You know, it's a new chapter. It's a new page. So I'm looking to get in there, test the waters with Nikita. Tough guy. Yeah, look, get to have some fun.
What does it mean to you to have your whole family here with you? All your kids here, going through this process of this new journey of light heavyweight Robert Whittaker. What has that been like this week for you?
A big prompt into why I made so many changes was that I didn't enjoy the last couple of camps and last couple of fights. And honestly, things had to change. Otherwise, I wasn't going to continue. So I made the changes. I moved to light heavyweight. I did the back end of my Campus City kickboxing for the buddies and stuff. I brought my entire tribe with me to the fight itself, and honestly, it really is life-changing for me. I'm enjoying the journey. You know, normally by this period, I'm hungry, I'm waterloading, I'm just longing to go home. I'm missing my wife and kids, and you know, I guess I'm just counting down the days until it's over, where I feel fighting requires such a higher degree of focus and, you know, attention that you can't be looking past it. So to want to just go home, you know, is kind of splitting my attention. So yeah, I'm in a really good place right now.
And last thing for me, we've seen you on the desk. We've seen you do sort of some analyst work. Let's put that hat on. Conor McGregor, Max Holloway 2, who you got and how?
There's a lot of variables in this fight. Yeah, I guess Conor has been in the firefight for a long time. I don't know what sort of work he's been doing outside of the octagon, but I'm sure it's just not the same. If you're not in competition, it's not the same. So there's that factor, as well as like bouncing back from that leg break, bouncing back from things. It changes you, kind of changes you. So yeah, there's that variable, and then there's also the look that Max is at 170. We haven't seen him at 170. He's a volume cardio sort of striker. So to see him at 170, where, you know, generally speaking, the higher the weight divisions, the less cardio, the less time, like faster cardio, I guess, than like featherweight and whatnot. So it's hard to say. I'm going to be back in Max because I like him, but I think he gets done. He's been battle tested a lot. He's been in the game. He's had these 5-round fights. He's had to grind through it. I think getting comfortable outside of fighting and being away from it for so long is really going to impact Conor, especially a guy like, I feel like his superpower when he was coming in, obviously his swagger and his ability and striking power and prowess is undeniable, but I think he was hungry. He had a real star-to look in his eye when he was tearing through people, and I feel that was a superpower that disappeared when he made $100 million.
Rob, the old mantra is a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. As someone who's there this part of fight week, not cutting as much weight as you were, do you feel happier and do you feel more dangerous? Is that something you believe in?
I'm in the best mood I've been in for fights in a long, long time. Like this doesn't feel like I'm not dragging my feet to work per se. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be a part of the journey. I'm enjoying the journey more because my kids are seeing it. They're a part of it too. Everyone, yeah, it's much easier to enjoy things when you're letting your kids experience it for the first time. So I'm enjoying things for the first time again. It's cool. I've done all the hard work. I've trained I've trained extensively this fight. I've worked with great minds and great bodies. And I've ticked every box. I'm going in there with full confidence that I've done everything I can, and I'm going to put my best foot forward.
What's more intimidating, coming to a fight week or traveling with 6 kids?
Ooh. Right. Traveling 6 years wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. By all means, it's not fun, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, because my wife planned things meticulously. We got a late flight, kids fell asleep. We had 4 billion episodes of Bluey on repeat. We were good. Wasn't that bad.
And Rob, right here. So you sort of talked about how this has been enjoyable, this whole process. Do you feel like you've kind of got a second sort of chapter in your career with this new weight class and everything else?
We're definitely like. Let's be honest. Like, I don't want to be fighting for another 5 years by any means. There's other things I want to do. I want to play Masters soccer and things like that. But I definitely have a few more in me now. Because the way I was feeling after the last couple of fights, the camps, how drained I was for him, how much of a grind it was, and like I said, dragging my feet to get to everything. Comparatively, I have like a new love and lease on the game.
Yeah, and then also, we talked about training a bit at City Kickboxing. Is that something you see yourself doing in the future as well? That you want to get that added extra training in?
Without a doubt, not just for me, but for those boys too. We've developed a really good relationship with Eugene and the boys there at CKB, and we definitely look to continue that relationship. I feel like I've joined their team. Like they welcomed me wholeheartedly. I did the last bit of my camp there, as well as just the ability to go back to New Zealand. It's where I was born. I got a lot of family there. It's good manner.
And then obviously we're a ways away from this, but with Ulberg being the champion, is that something you're worried about just because obviously, there's a relationship there?
Nah, because I don't fight people I eat with.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty straightforward.
We talked the other day about the Hamzat Chimaev fight with Sean Strickland. One thing I didn't get to ask you was, do you feel like that was the same Chimaev that fought Strickland that fought you?
Mate, can't answer that. Anything, I don't know why. Anytime anyone makes any excuse about anything, you just see all those coat memes popping up everywhere, it's taking my head off. But honestly, I'm more in the camp now that Strickland is the anti-hero. Dude's got an ability to just upset the odd makers, and I don't know. I never fought him, but there's obviously something there that he does that just throws people off, and he can just beat them up. It's cool. It's cool to see.
And just last one for me, did you guys switch up the games? I know you were getting a bit tired of Pokemon. Are your kids still on that or no?
Dude, nah, Pokemon's done for me. I bought it, played with the kids a little bit, but it's just not my cup of tea. But kids frothing it, and they're still battling and doing their things. But my Pokemon days are over.
Rob, right here.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, obviously Nikita started his career as a heavyweight too. If you're able to go in there and kind of push him around and your strength feels pretty good, is that just even further validation that this is a weight class where you can thrive?
I don't need the validation. I know this is my weight division. I'm never going back down to middleweight. That fella is gone. Let alone, we have, who is it? We have Chimaev, we have Derrida, we have Costa. They're all light heavyweights now. So it's like I've already danced with someone, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you say the middleweight Robert Whittaker is gone. How do you reflect on him? Where does he rank among the best middleweights who ever did this?
Yeah, he had his moment. He was pretty good at a point. But, yeah, I'm proud of the work and the legacy that I've been able to accomplish. I've fought through eras of fighters in the top 10 as champion, in the top 5. The stats, are remarkable themselves. And I'm proud of the work that I did, but it's time to turn a new leaf. I'm excited. I'm happy where I am.
Rob, you obviously have been closing the door on middleweight, like you're saying here. But let me ask you, since the door is closed on middleweight now, can you tell us what were you walking around at? How much weight were you cutting? Is that something you can share with us?
Yeah.
Middleweight.
Yeah. So I would, generally speaking, I would start the camp at about 220, but then as I was getting older, it would slowly creep up like 222, 223, and I think the last couple camps I started at about 230, and yeah, it was not fun. You know, by that week 5, week 4, week 3, start to really feel the lack of recovery because of the calories, start to feel drained, start to feel a bit fragile. And then this week and the week prior, I'm not eating anything. It's not a lot of fun.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like fun. Let me ask you, is that walking weight, is that any different or carried any different now with this camp and this weight division?
Yeah, so probably did most of my camp at about 230, and even now, like, I'm pretty lean, and I'm in fight week itself. I'm still 220. So yeah, I'm at a good size. Like, and that's why as many people say that I'm a small guy, I'm heavy. You know, my ass is fat.
And last on that note, last one for me, it sounds like with the previous question from Mike, it sounds like you've already pressure tested how you're going to be at 205. They don't seem to be too worried about that. So my question is basically, the question is, how's the speed? How's the cardio with the new weight? I imagine you've tested all these and everything matches your standards?
Definitely. When I was at CKB, I was training with the likes of Navajo Sterling, who had a good win the other day, Tyson Pedro, these bigger guys, a lot of guys on the local scene you haven't heard of. And my cardio is at a great level. It's probably better than it was for the 5-round fights in the last couple camps. The weight, like I said, the weight, the size, I have it. It's there. And like at the end of the day, like light heavyweights knock out light heavyweights. Big dudes knock out big dudes. Middleweights knock out middleweights. It happens. That's just part of the game. I am the weight limit that I'm supposed to be. I'm still going to have to cut weight like everybody else to get to where I need to be. And I'm coming in trained, and I'm coming in as best as I have been. So yeah, I don't need to pressure test anything. I am a light heavyweight. Look to get in there and execute game plan that I've worked meticulously for months. Yeah, and look to get my hand raised.
2 more questions. 1, 2, please.
Robbie, this morning.
I can hear you.
Yep. Robbie, this morning, the whole of Australia, New Zealand tuned in for the State of Origin. New South Wales off the canvas, they were no chance. Cleary, they get it done. Now the attention for New Zealand, Australia turns to you, and you achieved the same thing on Saturday. Tell us how you did it. Give us all the answer as to how it happened on Saturday night for you to get this win.
Man, I respect Krylov's ability. I respect the fact that he's a be killed sort of fighter. I respect his power. I respect his good wins and his hard losses. And in saying that, it means I'm going to be patient. I'm going to create opportunities. I'm going to create holes. I'm going to wait for my time, and I'm going to send him home.
Got blues.
Yeah, bleed blue, brother.
Next. Last one. Go ahead, sir.
Go to Rob. Quick question on representation for you. They trade with Eugene and the boys in New Zealand. How do you feel as a representation for the Pacific Islander community, motor community? What does that mean to you?
Say that again. Sorry?
As representation for the Pacific Islander community, motor community, training with Eugene and the boys. Like, how does that, and what does that mean to you?
Me representing?
Yeah.
Him representing. By everyone representing.
You representing. You're representing yourself.
Yeah, no, I've done my best. I know full well where I get my power from, where I get my mana from, and yeah, I'm proud to be Māori. I'm proud to be Australian, and I hold both flags higher, and I always have, and I'll look to continue doing that. It's great to see some of the younger generation, the new guys coming up, some of the older guys even, still repping those flags for Pacific Islanders and Australians, and yeah, we are a force to be reckoned with.
And what's your message to the next generation of those kids coming up in the Pacific Islander community, other than put down the corned beef? What would your message be to them?
Yeah, stay focused. Stay focused. Don't get distracted. Keep your eyes on the prize. Believe in yourself. Even if it hasn't been done, you could be the first.
And one last one. Robert, we've seen you as a prospect, as a champion. You're now in a veteran stage. you're at a stage in your career where the experience and the athleticism are about as equal as they're ever going to be. Does that change how you approach the camp, along with not just the change of weight class?
Yeah, definitely. The camps aren't the same, and I think that's a big thing a lot of fighters struggle with is adapting and changing, on the go, changing with the times. And I'm pretty proud of being able to do that. When I lost the belt, having to change things up and coming back. Every time I've got knocked down, I've gotten back up. So this is no difference. I've been using all the experience and wisdom that I have in the camps that works and don't work, and the things that work for me now that worked for me then or didn't work for me then, and it's culminated in this camp, this past camp, this version of myself, this heavyweight version, this best version of myself that's going to come in Saturday night. Appreciate you guys. Peace.